It's time for another recording of gameplay. This is absolutely pointless, but I'm going to just do it because I feel like doing it. Sometimes it's nice to not be just alone in silence. And it's better to be alone and hearing the sound of my own voice. There's a configuration tool for this. Yeah, pretty pointless. All right, so I have not set this up to capture with OBS yet. So it's time to do it. All right, I paused the recording, set up the capture. All that played was some logos. Nobody cares about logos. They're like on VHS tapes. You had the advertisements for other movies.
In an age of lawlessness and despair,
it's going to play the intro movie again. All right, that's fine.
The Empire
Record
of
it.
Man lay in ruins.
The Empire of Man.
War, and racked by famine and plague. Desperate, unscrupulous men deserted the temples of their fathers and gathered in forbidden cults, seeking the favor of the Dark Gods.
The Dark Gods.
In the year 2301, did a Kurgan warlord named Eincrou.
I know a guy named the Kurgan.
Tribes of the Chaos.
Wonder if it's a Warhammer reference.
Made war upon the realms of men.
Don't know why he named himself that.
The distant northern kingdom of Kislev and sacked its largest
Prague.
City, Prague.
Yes, they went to the Czech Republic.
To their dark gods, and any who managed to flee were driven into the freezing wilderness. The Empire seemed powerless to stop the Chaos Horde, and many feared that the end of the world was at hand. But in the Empire's darkest hour,
A Deus Ex Machina
named Magnus rallied the people of the Empire to resist the invaders, uniting the warring Elector counts in the process.
Why no one else was able to do that, we don't know.
Marched to the rescue of the Kislevite capital, fighting Kul's army in a massive battle outside the city walls. Joined by mighty heroes from all across the land, Magnus defeated Kul in single combat, and the Chaos Horde was scattered to the winds. Blessed by the gods and heralded as the true Emperor, Magnus returned to Nuln in triumph.
What happened to the old Emperor?
But even
You just
as
give
the
up?
old world celebrated Magnus's victory, the Dark Gods were planning their revenge.
All right, so that's probably going to be the only cutscene that plays in this session because that's just the intro cutscene. There were quite a few other cutscenes, at least two that were in that same art style when I actually created my character. This video is not a fresh play. This is going to be me continuing. I'm playing as Kila Gunnarsdottir. I don't remember how they pronounced it. But this is the free weekend for this game. Don't own it. Don't plan on buying it. But I am going to play some more of it, and it looks like we are getting terrible capture rate, but it was weird because the capture goes back to 60 frames per second when I tap out, or when I actually, oh, I see, because when I tap out, frame rate over here, I see it going down just 30. Oh, Free of Me just sent me a message. The experts weighed in. Pack it up, boys. Oh, I remember what that's a reference to. I remember what I sent him. So I might have to do something with the graphics. I was playing this and getting 60 frames per second, but like it's just barely able to run. So me recording this in 4K, I don't know, let's go in and see. This might not work. Okay, game is running at 60. Capture is 60. GPU is at, keeps blinking out, 75% on my graphics card. I'm seeing activity on the integrated GPU on the Intel Core i7 3770K. That is what I'm using with OBS to encode. But that is all good and fine. So we're supposed to be looking for a chaos camp. One of the things that I saw when I looked at the reviews, this game has got some mixed reception. One of the things I saw was someone complaining that the voice acting was terrible, and then there was another guy who complained, I think it was a separate guy, I don't think it was the same guy, but
Whoops. Needs to be stabilized.
He was complaining that the narration sounded like someone trying to do a James Earl Jones. I don't know about that. I think the narration's fine. Still getting 60 on the capture. What is that? I don't know what that was. Spritz these guys with my overheat. So right now I've got a ton of lifesteal. It's pretty much impossible for them to really hurt me too much. Am I able to increase the difficulty? No. So maybe I try increasing the difficulty. Oh, I just had my overcharge go off. Once this value heats up to 100, it will all pop and make a big explosion around my character. But it's kind of hard to control that unless you really watch it closely and ensure you don't hit 100 before you're ready. You can get rid of the charge by pressing space. That sort of spritzes them with some steam, and that decreases the overheating. Some interesting mechanics going on, but thing is, since it's in the bottom left corner of the screen, it's kind of hard to really pay attention to it that closely. I don't know what this is, mini boss. I just can't damage my health. Oh, stun. explode with my overheating. Don't know what these fragments are used for yet. What is this? 44%? What is that? I don't know what that means. I can't remember ever seeing that gauge before. Guess that red stuff hurts me? Or is that charging that up? I think that's what might be happening there. I pick that up, it deals some damage to me, and it charges that. So let's keep a closer eye on it. Let's see what's going on. It's funny that I would be playing this game. There's... Okay, we got 2 of those. I'm at 59%. There's a brand new Path of Exile League. Okay, so that does increase that. I don't know what that does, honestly. Nothing there. New Path of Exile League. It's a better game than this. Pretty much everyone agrees. I haven't played Path of Exile since 2014, I believe. It's just too daunting of a game for a guy like me to get into. But I felt like trying this out. I saw on Steam it was a free weekend. You don't have access to the full game. It's more like an advanced demo. There's quite a bit to play, but it's not the full game. You can unleash your character's bloodlust. Okay, here we go. Pressing tilde when the bloodlust gauge is full. Collect the red orbs that appear when enemies die to heal yourself and replenish your bloodlust gauge. So they heal me and not deal damage, even though I saw red numbers. That's apparently not what that was. Okay, I'm not going to unleash it now. Alright. Just got an achievement. Blood on your hands. I'm doing major damage. I think the game plays pretty well. It's got some nice graphics. I like this class. It's got some unique mechanics to it. Oh, what was that? The issue that I have from my time playing it is kind of repetitive with its enemy variety.
Still need to wait a few moments.
The areas kind of look samey. In fact, you do go to the exact same areas. Just for multiple missions. So like padding it out, reusing. So what happens with this is pretty cool. So any of them that didn't land out of the zone, they come back and they fight. The fragments is a mechanic I am not aware of yet. Wish it was a bit easier to tell what the cooldown was, because like it's kind of dark, it's hard to see it at a glance. I pick up everything because the inventory is pretty large. Also, I might have some upgrades. Sure. Sure. Don't think I have anything so low level that those would be upgrades. A ring, maybe. Counterattack damage, cooldown reduction. My family pendant is orange quality, so... So they're just gonna blow themselves up, that's fine with me. Get some bloodlust. Oh. Oh, out of that.
I must wait.
Yeah, that healing is damage on hit, or healing on hit, comes from my weapon. There's a weapon right there.
I'm out of fuel right now.
I think I'm about to level up. So I actually can hit the space while I'm... hit space and do my spritz while I'm doing regular attacks. But I sometimes forget about that. So with the skill system, you get a certain number of points, and then activating your skills costs points. So how many points does this? 0? If I upgrade that one, it costs 4. Huh. Yeah, I'll just leave it for now. Alternating pistons. Regularly alternates between a damage reduction bonus and a damage bonus. Well, I think I will use that instead of the upgraded radiator because I'm taking so little damage. I'm healing it back extremely rapidly. Yeah, 25 health drain. Let's see what we got here. So it's a pretty major damage increase. I'll lose my health drain though. 197 damage over time. I'm not exactly sure what that means. If it means it adds damage over time to every attack. Should be an upgrade. Yeah, it's a damage upgrade. I was about to say, you can't shoot through those giant holes in the vents. It's ridiculous.
I smell dwarf flesh! Kill the unbeliever!
Oh, I forgot I have to click. Oh.
Pressure needs to be stabilized first.
What was that noise? Am I hitting him there? Wasn't hitting him.
Naggle right, you dwarf! May the Lord of Pestilence turn your guts to slime!
Jeez. Such anger.
When you're spoken to, goat man, or I'll hammer you flat as beaten tin.
Speak with your spilted tip. Speak when you're spoken to. Yeah, we got some cool art in this game as well. Some fleshy bits. Ooh, chest. Artisan ring is something new. I've not seen an artisan ring before. More damage over time and some health drain. Alright. Do it. Max health. Karaz a croc apron. Doesn't look like an apron to me. Shoes, shoe. Oh, speed bonus. The gray items in this game, actually, the stats aren't as terrible as you might think, as long as you're comparing it to something that's lower level. Oh, here we've got monocle. And you can get set bonuses based on if you've got the Krazakrak or Barak Var. or the Zoof bar stuff equipped, but I've just been putting on the best thing for each slot. Ooh, clan pendant. Yeah, don't really know what difference that makes in terms of the difference between the family pendant and the clan pendant. I mean, there's a family, then there's a clan. It's a higher order. Just like the artisan is higher than the apprentice. So here you can donate to this guy, and this is how you gain some reputation with him. And you also will unlock appearances for you can change the appearance of your armor. One thing that really sucks is it doesn't show you if you've already unlocked the appearance for a given piece of armor. But since there's nothing else I can do with this gear, I can't sell it. I will just donate it all to him. I expect I will be able to sell at some point, like this guy unlocked once I reached a certain point in the story. Okay, we've leveled up the reputation. Tomes of Knowledge. Thank you for your good work. Here's a little reward. Interesting how it just did these. I guess it's got to do the rest of these after this is all done. Yeah. So, Tome of Knowledge. What is that? I see. Create various various sets. So the appearance is where we're unlocking that stuff. It's grayed out. I don't have it. But you can do that. Talk to Teclis.
Here's your prisoner, Elf Lord. Best of luck getting anything sensible out of him. He's more beast than man.
Leave him here. I'll have the answers I seek, one way or another. Return to me when you are ready. All will be made clear then.
He always says that, return when you're ready, but there's nothing you could do. So you just want to go and continue immediately. Personal stash unlocked for all characters. Okay. So there is a stash where you can swap items between characters. Nice. You can access your personal stash from the dormitory if you want to store items. And I actually have to go and do that. So I can't start that immediately. Very well. This is your personal stash. You can store items in it and share them between your different characters. That's what I just said. I've played an action RPG before. Even Borderlands 2 has such an amenity available. It's very small stash though. It's only like 4 items you can put in it at a time. So it's not meant to be any kind of storage, just if you want to swap items in the trap secret stash, you can do it.
Fortune is with us. The Ungor required very little persuasion to turn on his human allies. The creature says the leader of the cult is a man named Friedrich Kessler, and has offered to lead us directly to the cult's shrine, located deep within the sewers.
Back to the sewers.
Is that so? Had a change of heart, did he? He's a beast, man. He can't be trusted.
Now, if I was that guy who runs CinemaSins, I'd say, that's racist. God, I hate the way he reads his scripts. It's so goofy. And he likes to call things racist when it's a flimsiest of pretexts.
This has nothing to do with trust. If there is one thing that all followers of Chaos have in common, it's supreme self-interest. They will betray anyone and anything in order to protect themselves. Faced with certain death, the monster will not hesitate to turn on his former friend.
Then how do they maintain any order and any discipline within their ranks? How are they able to effectively create an army?
Then what's to stop him doing the same to me?
The prospect of a crushed skull can be very persuasive. Or so I'm told.
The GameSpot review, which actually gave this game an 8.7, which a lot of people think was way too high, said that the voice acting in the game was terrible. I don't understand that at all. I think the voice acting is appropriate to what it is. This is a Warhammer game. It's fantasy.
You son of a goat! What's this?
Rise! Spawn of Nurgle! Slay the unbeliever for the glory of the Plague God!
This guy wants to fight already? I'm slowed.
I'm out of fuel right now.
Die. This guy's got some HP on him. Jeez. Oh, you guys.
I need to wait for the pressure to build.
Leave the sewers. Well, I just entered, so I can just walk out, right? Wait. I guess what supposedly happened is he led me here and then he turned on me. Where did we come from then? Okay, we're getting quite a few orange quality items, so I'll probably make use of those if I can. So the blue quality has 2 stats on it. Or 3, excuse me. The gray has 2, the orange has 4, okay. Very sensible way of doing the itemization in the game. Okay. I guess that's a tiny upgrade. So why did it stop always showing the loot?
Pressure needs to be stabilized first.
who's over here. Those are well-timed overheat. Oops. That was the first 1,000, over 1,000 hit I've seen. May not be the first one I've ever got, but it's the first one that I have noticed. I always like to see milestones like that pop up. I mentioned Borderlands. I'm actually at the very last part of my Borderlands 2 playthrough. Almost done with my first ever playthrough. First ever completed playthrough of Borderlands. The game came out almost 8 years ago. And yeah, I'm just now in 2020 about to do a complete playthrough. It's a real shame that I just, like, I always wanted to play it with my buddy, but it was a mess. We just couldn't get stuck in. And I don't mean it like just try the game, get into the game, but I mean stuck into the game, like we're playing it on a regular basis. And the game is, one playthrough is surprisingly long if you're doing all this content, all the missions. Demon Slayer achievement. I tell you, that is... Oh, and then we leveled up. That achievement display is so small at 4K. There should be some options to change the size of it. Thankfully, my eyesight is still very strong. I don't know what it is. I've not had eyesight checked in, I don't know, 15 years. But I feel like it's not deteriorated too much. Who's putting the slow effect on me? It's really annoying.
I must wait.
Nice. Fell off the world. Let's pop a heal there. Potions in this game are just on a flat 30-second cooldown. You only have one potion. Heals for 60%. As far as I know, there's no way to upgrade it. Another family pendant. Looking at health drain, max energy, and loot quality. All of those will be replaced with resistance to damage over time, health regen, and max health. Whatever. I'll take it. Kind of like the stats on the old one better, but let's just keep on moving up with the gear. It really doesn't matter to overthink it too much, I don't think. So just a level 11 of the same shoes I've got. Same quality. Counterattack damage. I don't... Again, I think I like the stats on the old one better. I think I like them so much better that I won't actually do that. I won't actually use those. I just don't think it's that good. More counterattack damage. I don't know what counterattack is. I don't see anything about counterattacks anywhere except on pieces of gear. So I lose quite a bit of attack, gain some defense. Yeah, we'll just keep what I've got. Pistol. Yeah. I'm overdue for a upgrade on that. Now let's go to this top area. So yeah, I don't know if the areas are randomized, but I definitely recognize the tile sets. Or not the tile sets, but the tiles themselves. Also, I think that this over here might be a dead end. No. Guess not. Pistol, nice. I don't have to use this gray anymore. Kazaza crack. Pretty serious upgrade. Wheel lock pistol's a lot cooler than the flintlock anyways. These can be destroyed. Guys need to clean out your sewers more often. All kinds of alien stuff growing. What's going on with all the oranges now? I just went from getting no oranges at all, ever, to getting tons of them. That's a major upgrade. I like it. I like it a lot. So my hammer smash, heavy pounding, is hitting for over 1,000 regularly. Ooh, 2.7. Oh, overheated there. Having my main attack, main damaging attack, my builder does pretty decent damage as well, but the main damage attack, the flame burst, is just satisfying. It just feels good to use it. Is that 1337? I think it was. So the question is, do I want to go back over here? That area I left, thinking that that was the way forward. Maybe it loops around. I really doubt it, because I have not seen the level design work like that at all. So I should use my Bloodlust. See if I can get a good pack going. Once I get out of here, I'll see if I can increase difficulty. Spritz, you guys. It does loop. So I lose all my other attacks. I just have this attack. Bloodlust, Violent Smash. It's so weird that there's no store available to me. So all this gold I'm collecting, I can't do anything with it. So this is another tile that I've already encountered in this very same dungeon. Someone said in a review that the first playthrough feels like a repeated playthrough because of how much repetition there is. Not a good thing with these games. You don't want to feel like things are being repeated. Diablo succeeds in that very nicely. Diablo 3, that is. Maybe Diablo 1 and maybe Diablo 2, and I haven't played those games, so I don't know. But Diablo 3 certainly doesn't feel like, oh, same place again. The variety of tile sets and the variety of tiles within those tile sets is massive. Oh, he's waiting out here for me. Interesting. Alright, what is this? Damage and loot quality. We'll certainly do a straight upgrade versus this particular apprentice ring. Oh, I have to not hold shift.
The beast man betrayed us. He walked me right into a trap, just as I thought.
I had not expected this. No mere human cult could command such loyalty from an Ungor.
Talk sense, Elf Lord. If it's not the cult, then who could it be?
I do not know, and that troubles me. If the servants of chaos would sooner die than give up their secrets, then we must find another way to reach their hidden shrine.
And how do you propose we do that?
Heinrich Voss has more experience with these chaos cults than anyone else in Nuln. Speak with him. Perhaps he knows a way to obtain the information we seek.
Heinrich Voss is the guy who wanted to bring me in for murdering the Emperor.
And if my gran had wheels, she'd be a wagon.
What was that?
I said I'm looking forward to seeing the Hervoss again. I'm sure the witch hunter who was eager to arrest and torture me will be happy to help.
Yep. 5,000 EXP, 250 gold grounds, which is barely any, by the way. Blessing of Luck unlocked. What is that? The gods have given your character a chance blessing, which gives a loot bonus while the character remains undefeated. Well, considering I have yet to die in the game, it's pretty good. Speaking of not dying, What do I get for going to hard? 200% loot quality. 10% extra gold. 10% extra fragments. 20% bonus. And this goes way up to Chaos 10. So let's try hard. Got some decent gear going on me right now, and right now the game is trivial. One of the guys complained that the game was easy and too easy for him, and he didn't make any mention of the fact that you can increase the difficulty. He didn't acknowledge it at all in his review. But it's a pretty big thing to miss. You really should acknowledge that before you complain about it.
Right into that Ungor's trap. Only a fool trusts the word of a servant of chaos.
Yep, Keela Grimsdottir. So one of my characters in World of Warcraft, my second monk, is named Grimsdottir. And I named him after Grimsdottir in the Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell series. Here we have Gunnarsdottir.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you've been spying on me, Herr Voss.
Uncovering secrets is part of my trade. I have eyes and ears in every corner of the Empire.
Yet you had no idea about the huge chaos cult planning to strike at Magnus here in the capital. That has to smart a little, eh?
Do we really want to be shit-talking with this guy? Like, just because you're a hero in an action RPG doesn't mean you have to be a smart mouth. But it seems like all the characters in these games are.
I haven't time to waste on idle chatter, Dwarf. What do you want?
Teclis says there's a shrine to Nurgle hidden somewhere in the sewers. We need to find it. How about you do your job for once and help us find it?
Cultists often hide their secrets in symbols etched onto their flesh. Look for elaborate tattoos on any cultists you find. Concealed in the lines may be the location of the shrine.
Why would they do that? Why would you ever do that? That's stupid.
Morgrim's axe. I've got to catch another cultist.
I only need the tattoo. The cultist is of no use to me.
Right. Oh, that's actually where I'm meant to go. I don't know what that area is. I don't think I've been there yet. Actually, yes, I have. It's another area that's going to repeat, I think. At least the tile set's going to repeat. So I'm actually going to stop it here because this is not Hearthstone. And there's a lot more movement, which means the encoder has to use a lot more data, a lot higher bit rate to correctly capture and encode this video that I'm recording right now. The video I see in OBS just ticked over 7,000 megabytes. So it's just under 7 gigabytes in size already. I will stop it here, and I will do a separate recording before this particular one gets too out of hand. So, if anyone decided to check out Eincrou playing Warhammer Chaosbane, thanks, man. I really didn't expect that. Thank you. See you in the next one. Maybe you can watch that one too. Or maybe you won't. Maybe you'll just watch this one. Or maybe nobody will watch any of them. Or maybe someone will watch them, but they'll just never get to this part where I'm speaking right now at the end. We'll never know.